Hi there, it's Erin Davis on the move, and today we're at Bard on the Beach. We're on the set, as a matter of fact, celebrating the 36th season of Bard on the Beach in Vancouver, and I'm awfully happy to be joined today by Christopher Gaze. Christopher, your official position here?
Well, I'm the artistic director, and I founded Bard all those years ago. First season was in 1990.
I'd like to focus with you today on events. You guys are known to be extremely engaged in the community. Can you tell me a little bit about Family Day?
We have another one coming up in August. It's a wonderful opportunity for families to come together, even with their smallest children or their oldest relative. I mean, oldest relatives can always come, but little children, I think you have to be 6 to come to Bard. But on Family Day, you can be a babe in arms. You can be any age, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to get children to come to the theatre, start to understand what these experiences are like and how that will enrich your life from beginning to end. And there's so much to do here. Outside, in the Bard Village, there's face painting and a wonderful place where you can have your photograph taken. There's a market going on. There's food, of course, available at the Bard concessions. And so it's just a marvelous time for families to come out all together.
Christopher, I remember when I was a young mom, I was always self-conscious about that baby crying or those kids moving. Today's the day people can come and relax.
It is, it's a wonderful thing and quite curious. I've sat in on a Family Day and with little babies or small children, as you well know, things can happen. But curiously, it's like when they watch the television, they get sort of transfixed. And I think because to them, there's this wonderful, colorful thing going on in front of them, people talking, lights changing, songs being sung, and they're trying to just love the whole thing. They're trying to recognize what is this and being entertained by it. And it's amazing how little crying or running about. You see, they tend to stay right where they are and enjoy it. So even if Family Day, you've got tickets for Family Day and you know there are going to be lots of children here, it won't interfere with your enjoyment of the show.
Another way that people can be involved in Bard on the Beach is Talk Back Tuesdays. Tell me a little bit about that.
Talk Back Tuesdays, directly after the show, the actors, perhaps some of the production team, will come to the front of the stage, sit there, bring chairs for them, and then if you'd like to stay after the performance, we can organize you in the front so you can be close to the players and talk about the show. And it's a lovely time to get closer to the players, to get closer to Bard, and just to fill out the whole experience of coming to Bard on the Beach. Very popular Talk Back Tuesdays, and I encourage you to think about coming.
And finally, Bard Explored is a chance for someone like me who knows a little bit about Shakespeare to learn a little more.
Bard Explored, Professor Paul Boudra is a professor up at SFU, but he's world-renowned in the world of Shakespeare. And his particular, I'll call it genius, he's well published. His particular genius is that he can explain a play and make it completely accessible to anyone. You don't have to come to these sessions and think, gosh, it's going to be an academic session as Paul investigates a particular play. He will just cover it so that if you're extremely experienced or not experienced at all, it'll be entertaining and insightful to you, and you'll be able to enjoy the performance so much more. It's very inexpensive for people to come, and Paul Boudra has become a kind of cult here at Bard. Hundreds of people come. It costs very little, and I encourage people to come and enjoy.
Christopher, I have been coming to Bard for years, and I've always admired you from afar, so now I have my chance to have a couple words with you. Can you tell me what it is, and this will be hard for you to do briefly, but why do you love Shakespeare, obviously, as you do?
Because I love it. I think these stories are just, it's been played for over 400 years now. It's gone through the generations. Now is a different time with Shakespeare in that there's, because of so many things that have happened in the world, and we all know what they are, in this past generation, in recent years, most of the Shakespeare plays are adapted, not greatly, but many of them just fixed, changed, cut to fit the times. We're living in different times. A technological revolution is happening around us as we live. But to come to a live performance of Shakespeare, to see those words which stretch back to our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors that came before us, who just loved it, the way he expresses every form of emotion. I do love nothing in the world as well as you. Is not that strange? Now just imagine saying that to someone you love and admire enormously. Imagine saying that. And that's a quote from this play. The set we're on, Much Ado About Nothing, where a character just suddenly feels that he has to say it. And Beatrice, who responds to Benedict, says exactly the same to him. What Shakespeare does is to find words to express feeling and emotion. Words that you and I probably could never conjure up. But he says it in such a beautiful way that it's exquisite and it's irresistible. And that is why Shakespeare has lived so long, and that is why he will go on past us and beyond.
Your desire to stay engaged with the community, where does that come from?
I think I've often thought about that about myself, but I think I'm an extremely social person, and I think there's a desire to entertain. I think, as Noel Coward said, a playwright from the last century, I have a talent to amuse, and I like nothing more than for people to be happy, for people to be inspired, for people to be engaged, for people to want to come together and experience something wonderful together. There's a lot that's apart in the world, but you can come here to Bard and be together with hundreds of people and experience a beautiful play, wonderfully done, see the backdrop of this great city we live in, of the sea and the mountains and the sun going down. It's an irresistible experience. You package all that together and you have something that's simply glorious. So my desire is simply to keep it all going and make it as wonderful as it can be with all the hundreds of people that I work with to collaborate and make Bard great.
Bard on the Beach as well does summer camps every summer, July and August, for little kids and teens. So I need to ask you this, please don't take any offense. How in the world do you get kids to sign up for that when they could be exploring how to make the perfect TikTok?
Well, you would be astonished that when I was in here just yesterday with a group of young people, and we have 3 people that lead their class, and they put on a little performance in 5 days. And you've never seen young people so engaged. They don't have the barriers, perhaps, that you, or even myself, no, not me, but perhaps others have towards Shakespeare. They think, well, I don't understand. It was written 400 years ago. Why would that apply to me? Why would I like that? Well, young people don't have those barriers up. They just, it is what it is. And they see the text, they find out what it means through the help we can give them, and then they express it. And it's a wonderful thing for a child to stand on, between 8 and 18, to stand on this stage or our other stage. We have 2 stages down here, 2 theaters, and to be able to work and collaborate in a group, to be able to speak to someone, to look them in the eyes and say what they have to say, and to understand that we, as a group, are working together to make something beautiful. And public speaking is something, you do it, I do it, practically everybody does it. And you can get better at it by doing it as a young person, because it's an important part of our lives. We're not training actors, we're giving an experience of something cultural and exquisite that may last that child all their lives.